Haiti Biz News Show, Monday to Friday, bringing you news that's going to keep you informed, engaged, and reacting in the most optimal way for your business, investment, and entrepreneurial activity. Today is the 26th of June. Let's talk about it. The UN force in Haiti is coming to an end. We knew this. We knew this was coming. The previous mission, that was the Minujusth mission, is ending in October, right, of this year, and this transitional name, the transitional organization of the UN that was going to take its place, that would have no military component, no direct military component, would have been the Minujusth, right? The Minujusth, right? Let's break down what these acronyms mean. The Minujusth, the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Haiti, right, was being replaced by the United Nations Mission for Justice Support in Haiti, right? So that name, that entity, that larger mission is not going to happen. Instead, what the UN is doing, they're going to put in what they're calling an integrated office in place with a very specific mission, right, of handling, right, ready for the responsibilities, handling, advising the government on ways to promote and strengthen stability and good governance, including rule of law, human rights, prison administration oversight, justice sector reform, helping implement legislation to reform it, assist in planning and executing elections, assist in planning and so reinforcing the Haitian National Police through training and human rights, right? And responding to gang violence, so a very limited scope, right? And specifically within the sliver of really just being an advisor, right? And they're even going to be a lead. The lead is going to be a special representative. But there's still going to be a force of about 200 military personnel, though the military personnel will not be authorized to actively engage in anything outside of keeping the offices. More, think of them as more of a police force, if it were, right? And the particular regiment of the UN that's going to be here will be the Indians, right? Before, with the previous missions with the larger scope, there was multiple forces from Brazilians to Nepalese and African contingents. There's only going to be one regiment, and that's the Indian regiment that's going to be here. It's important to know that this resolution, this modification to the resolution, was passed 13 by the special commission assigned to review, a special council assigned to review this, and it passed 13 to 0 to 2, right? 13 for, 0 against, and 2 abstaining. And 2 abstaining was China and the Dominican Republic, right? And when they provided reasons to why they abstained, China said specifically that they didn't feel that the mandate that they have here was as clear and concise as they would prefer it. They want total clarity. It's a little bit too ambiguous in what was to be done, and most importantly, what was going to ultimately be provided at the end of this particular segment of the UN's efforts here in Haiti. And the DR said, listen, this didn't go far enough, right? Being neighbors to us, they're directly affected when Haiti isn't functioning correctly. And they said, listen, the situation in Haiti, per our perspective, the political and economic situation is decreasing, deteriorating, in what we feel is a very rapid pace. And we don't see anything here that really will get at the heart of it, right? We need the special representative to really more directly engage in the political process. We need them to more directly engage in the economic situation in Haiti, okay? And more importantly, the budget needs to increase as well to ensure the success of the special representative and this integrated office. And so they abstained because of those reasons, right? So abstain doesn't affect it much. They're still going to be moving forward with this integrated office, but it was a way for them to express their disfavor in the fact that they wanted more to be done, right, for Haiti and Haitians. Okay, and so my analysis, my thought process in this is that, particularly as a business owner, wherever you may fall in the opinion of the UN, right? We know the UN members within the UN there's been abuses that have affected many Haitians. Most recently, the biggest one was the cholera epidemic that UN troops unfortunately contaminated local rivers, and many died, right? And the UN brought that in. And also, we were aware that there's been other degrees of abuses found out, right? From abuses of trafficking and even more heinous abuses involving children, right? That, the UN has argued that's been a small subset of their contingent. They've dealt with that when it's arose, and the overall good. Haiti is where it's at currently in a relatively stable situation relative to when it first came in because of its efforts, right? And so, of course, I'll leave that up to you guys. I'd love to read your comments and see what you guys legitimately think about the UN and their role here, and have they really done more good or not. What I can say, though, is I can say that the business environment here, there is a perception boost with added security. Doesn't matter where the security comes from, right? But there is a perception boost whenever there is anything that's here in Haiti that provides an element or a degree of stability and consistency, which is really what's so crucial for doing business here and for investing. And the UN being here, the UN being involved here, provides that, right? And this integrated office approach certainly gives that perception, right? Now, you as an entrepreneur, you as a business owner here or upcoming, you want them to be successful, right? When you review those bullet points in terms of what they're going to be trying to do here in the country, these things, particularly when it comes to rule of law, when it comes to strengthening the police, when it comes to advising the government, and particularly elections. But these are all critical bullet points that need facilitation and assistance, because the government has shown through its track record of its short-lived democracy since the Duvalier dictatorship regime, they have been doing a good job of that, right? And so we want them to be successful in that regard, right? And on the bright side, the UN who's leaving, I can tell you that I'm seeing a lot of former Pradas and Toyota vehicles that are out there. So as their mission continues to de-escalate, I'm looking forward to finding out how exactly all these cars are getting into the public's hands. I want a reduced price Prada. I want a nice Toyota without having to go through the dealer here. So let's somebody tell me about that process. I need to know. In any case, that's the news. And again, I'd love to hear your comments and responses. So leave that comment below. You already know, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, hit that notification. We're here Monday through Friday, giving you news that I haven't heard anybody talk about this story yet, right? And so it's important that we have a source like this talking about it, and especially how it affects the business climate. And whether you like what I'm saying about the business climate or not, I'm gonna give that information, that perspective. And of course, we're always looking for yours. So again, leave that comment once this video drops, and we'll be back. We'll be back Monday through Friday. We'll be back at it again. And we're back at it again.